Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report with Dom and Charles. I'm Charles Firth, and with me today is Andrew Hansen.
Hello there, yes, that's right. There's a nice surprise for you.
Yeah.
It's not Dommy. You're here in the good hands of Andrew Hansen.
So I believe Dom is not here because his youngest child has started going to childcare. So she's constantly sick and vomiting and, got every virus on Earth.
Well, this is the thing about childcare, isn't it? It renders parents unable to work.
Yes.
I mean, every parent I know has their kids in childcare so that they can work. Cannot work.
Yes.
They're always at home looking after this incredibly sick child. It completely defeats the purpose of the whole thing.
No. It's good because you get the antibodies out of the way, because otherwise you'd spend really a whole lot of time with your kid for the first 5 years, and then when they get to school, they would be incredibly sick for the first year.
Well,
or so.
this is what guilt-ridden daycare parents say, Charles. But look, I've tried it the other way. I've tried the other method.
You're all stay-at-home dad, weren't you?
Well, I'm stay-at-home. We're stay-at-home. Jess and I, we're stay-at-home parents, and this method is you go completely broke.
Yes.
And you get the slight upside of spending the kid's childhood with you instead of with some rando.
Yes.
So that on your deathbed one day you think, oh, I had children.
And your kids resent you because you smothered them.
Yeah, that's right. They end up with anxiety and they can't look after themselves.
But it does mean that when you're on your deathbed, you get some time alone because your kids don't even visit you. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You get a nice own time. Speaking of which, you're on a national tour at the moment, aren't you, Andrew?
I'm spending a lot of time away. Yeah, I'm on a national tour. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. I mean, most comedians I've seen interviewed say, after like Ben Elton, I saw him the other day, he says, look, after I had children, I decided not to tour anymore. But I'm the opposite. I had kids, and I thought, bloody hell, I got to pay for these bloody kids. I'm going to tour my ass off. Not that that's necessarily working out because of the bloody ticketing system. Let me tell you, my God, my Perth show.
Yes,
Charles. Look,
is this going to be a sort of humble brag where it's all about how you just keep selling out and you can't put the price high enough?
No, it's not one of those. I'm not one of those comedians who keeps posting "sold out tonight." Those boast posts that comedians always do. Oh, it's sold out another show. Hurry! I don't like doing that at all.
Yeah, I did that. I did that a lot in Adelaide because we sold out a lot of shows in Adelaide, and it just got boring after a while.
It is boring.
It's like Melbourne. Our entire Melbourne run was sold out, and it was like, this is too boring to post.
But it is boring. Nobody wants to hear about.
No, but it creates this sense of scarcity in the buying public, and so they urgently buy your tickets next time they see them available because they go, "Oh, I missed out the last time."
Does it, or does it just piss them off? Does it just make them go, "Oh, is there somebody boasting about their sold-out show?" I mean, restaurants don't do this, do they? I've never seen a restaurant posting, "Sold out tonight, no seats available at the restaurant."
You obviously
don't come.
You obviously have never been to Melbourne, Andrew.
Is that what they do?
Yes, Melbourne's entire economy, service economy, is based on not servicing people because they're fully booked. Like, I literally went around Melbourne at the end of last week looking for a fucking beard trim. Like, no, it's not the most exclusive service on earth. It's a fucking beard trim. Walk into every barber in Melbourne and say, "Oh, sorry, we're appointment only." And they were so pleased to tell you. It was like, and the look of glee in their faces to be able to go, "No, I'm not going to serve you." It was just like power. It was like, you can. Yeah, we've got our next appointment is 3:30 next Tuesday. You're going, what the fuck? You're a barber. I mean, I love barbers and they're very talented people, but like, what? No. Like,
it's an industry in Melbourne though. Beards are different in
yes,
child.
Of course.
You walk around
artisan. They're single origin beards. Yes.
They are. They're organic beards, and they're crafted. They're handcrafted. Each beard.
Yes.
It's not like Sydney, where it's a sausage factory of beards. You just go in and get a trim. It's not that simple here.
It's sort of like the Hungry Jacks of beards up here, isn't it?
That's right.
Sort
Whereas
of
here it's
fast
the
beers.
single origin roast coffee of beards.
Mind you, we've got the McCafe of beards, or the 7-Eleven of beards. But you know what? I did eventually find a barber who would take me in, and it is true that it was the slowest beard trim I have ever had. Like, it took literally about an hour and 20 minutes to trim my fucking beard.
What?
Yes.
An hour and 20 minutes?
And I
what
had
did he
a
do?
tech check. It was like, oh, fuck, I've got a tech check at 3. Like, I came in at 1. Am I going to get to my 3 p.m. tech check?
So, look, that is the difference. You know, you're right. And what were we on about? I mean, we were talking about
but you were talking about you had
full.
some problem with your ticket system,
The
which
ticket
didn't involve...
problem on my tour, yes. So my Melbourne shows, unlike yours, are not sold out. Because I'm doing so bloody many of them. But God, I'm doing a lot of them. I'm doing 22 in the season.
That's the mistake.
But they finish this Sunday.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, we better get to it. Yes.
I know. There's only a few left, you know.
So what you've got to do at this point, Andrew, is say, and it's called Andrew Hansen is Cheap, and it's on at Trades Hall.
It's called Andrew Hansen is Cheap, and it's on at Trades Hall until this Sunday, the 23rd of April, you see. Rush, hurry, because otherwise it'll be sold out, and I'll have to post going, oh, it's sold out. Oh, I'm so marvellous. I'm so popular. No, what happened in Perth, the ticketing price was off the charts. Like, because I'm doing Perth on the 5th of May at the Royale Theatre, which is part of Planet Royale, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the thing about Planet Royale is the venue, I discovered, that theatre has VIP booths. And so when you looked up my ticket prices for my Perth show, it said, price range $24 to $244.
Oh, fantastic.
And I thought, what? Hang on. Anybody who looks at this page is going to go, no, what? There's no way I'm going to see this show, because the choice is either obviously between a $24 ticket where I'm going to have to sit on a spike in the men's toilets behind a pillar, or for a good seat, it's going to cost me $244 to see some one-man comedy show.
And do you give a lap dance for that? Like, is that...
Well, I'd have to. I'd have to give more than a lap dance. I'd
full service.
I'd have to give some serious... I'd have to give a beard trim, a full beard trim would have to go into that show. My God.
A really slow beard trim.
Yes. I mean, who in their right mind... And so then I looked into it and I'm like, $244 is for a VIP booth for 4 people, right? So it's still expensive, even per person.
Yeah,
it's still like $60. And most of my tickets are not that. It's a comedy show.
Well,
So
and
it
also
doesn't-
the whole name of your show is Cheap. Like,
Andrew Hansen is cheap. And then
Yes.
ironically, I've got these Beyonce-priced tickets or something. I mean, who did they think was planning to come? The fucking king? Was it going to be King Charles? Or was it going to have Marie Antoinette swanning into the bloody Perth Theatre or something? And, oh, yes, I'll sit in one of the VIP booths. And I said, well, who's bought the VIP booth so far?
Yes. Oh, that's good information. Yeah.
No one. Amazingly, no one had decided, you know what, I'm going to make my biggest luxury purchase of the decade, a one-man comedy show in Perth.
The Chaser Report. More news, less often.
Hey, but I did a bit of I looked into like some of the most expensive gig tickets ever sold.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, the worst ones ever were for Led Zeppelin in 2007. Where some young
Were they
person
still all
bought
alive? Were they still all
Well,
alive?
I think that ironically they were dead at the time, but still charging
Right.
very high prices.
Yeah.
And there was a young guy from Scotland who spent £86,000 on 2 tickets.
What?
To see Led Zeppelin. To be fair, it was sort of a charity thing.
Right.
It was kind of like, so that kind of excuses it. The thing I can't understand.
Was it an accident? Like, did he click... like without, how when you're excited to buy a ticket and you want to buy it urgently, you don't necessarily look at all the fees and surcharges, and then afterwards you go, what the fuck? Like, that's double what I expected.
Well, that's probably what it was. It was probably the convenience fee. It was probably like a $20 ticket.
It was a $24 ticket.
Yeah, with an £83,000 convenience surcharge or something. Or mobile, what is it? Mobile delivery.
Yes, it was to deliver to your mobile phone. That's what it was.
Now, I mean, a lot of them, I've just browsed online. Now, some of these people deserve to have expensive tickets, I reckon. Like Lady Gaga, the Rolling Stones, Beyonce. I mean, that's fine. Beyonce toured in 2013. The average ticket was over $700. But that's,
What the fuck?
It's her. I mean, it's Beyonce. It's kind of like seeing the opera. It's like going to the opera or something, isn't it?
You'd sell a kidney to go and see her.
Well, you would, you know.
Yeah.
Or
a kid.
Yes, or a kid. I mean, $700, that's cheap for Beyonce. The thing I find a little harder to swallow is The Weeknd were selling tickets for $1,020.
Now, which one's The Weeknd?
You know, they're fine. What do you think, Charles? Would you see The Weeknd for $1,000?
Which one was The Weeknd?
So they're perfectly all right.
What are they?
Mind you.
What name one song?
I can't because I'm not interested in The Weeknd.
Oh, right.
But I wouldn't spend $1,020.
Maybe the problem is that they thought that they were buying tickets to a concert that lasted the entire weekend. So they thought, oh, well, $1,000, you know, that probably
that's good for a weekend show.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably thought it was a festival. It's a whole festival. It goes all weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, but this one I cannot stomach. Would you have paid $1,600 to see Maroon 5 fronted by Adam Levine, the guy who sends text messages to ladies?
Yes.
He sends texts to ladies who are not his wife.
And who are a bit younger as well, isn't it? Isn't that the...
Well, I don't know the ages. I only remember the texts burned into my memory when he texted, "Why are you so hourglass?" With an emoji of an hourglass.
So the answer to your question, Andrew, is that I would pay $1,700 to not see Maroon 5 with Adam Levine. But I think that it might just be a problem with us and not, because if you look up Maroon 5 on Spotify, Payphone, which is their top song, has 1.379 billion plays.
Oh, okay, so the market has spoken. The market has spoken.
They've got 55.98 million monthly listeners. I think that they're sort of in a slightly different category to, say, Andrew Hansen is cheap at the Royal Theatre in Perth.
How would you know? I'm not even on Spotify. Well, have I made a mistake? I mean, hit me up on my Facebook if you think that you would buy a VIP booth to my Perth show.
Either contact Andrew on Instagram. The other way to contact us is through the Apple podcast reviews section. So, obviously, leave us a 5-star review, but then comment on whether you'd pay extra just to see Andrew Hansen in a. Is it private VIP booth? Like, do they get a private show? Or?
Well, yes, they're separate from the rabble. These booths. Yes. There are 6 of them. There are 6 of them in the theatre, and they're well away, so you wouldn't have to breathe in all the germs. There are advantages for sure.
Do you think they implemented it so that Gina Reinhardt, when she goes to the theatre, takes that booth, and then the rest of the people don't have to breathe her air? That it's actually...
it goes both ways.
Yeah. It
goes both ways.
Twiggy Forrest, you don't have to chat to him and tell him how great he is.
Yeah, that's right. It'll save you a lot of time. Well, can I finish this off with a big, at the other end of the scale, Charles?
Oh, yeah. What's the cheapest ticket ever?
The cheapest one's going at the moment. Free tickets. There are 10,000 free tickets available for a show. Can you guess what the show is? It's quite close to my Perth show. My Perth show's on the 5th of May. This one's on the 7th of May.
Is it Rolf Harris?
Oh, very close, very close.
Rolf Harris show for kids or something?
Almost. It's the coronation of King Charles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can pick up 10,000 free tickets. You can't give them away.
Oh, my God.
To this show.
Yes.
I think it's because he's got Maroon 5 performing, perhaps. one of the only artists who would agree.
Wow. Gosh. Okay. So you got to go over to London though.
Well, if the ticket's free, would you go, or would you just get the ticket and sit
just
at
get a
home and
ticket.
not watch? You just do something else for the day.
We should do that. I'm going to
Let's get a ticket.
Yeah.
We can go out to lunch, just you and me, in Australia, and not go to the coronation.
Should we get a private booth?
Hey, you're on.
Our gear is from Rode. We're part of the Iconoclast Network. Catch you tomorrow.